Hola, clase. It is Senora Group, and it is our first day of remote e-learning. So that sounds a little bit fancier than e-learning, doesn't it? But really, it's the same. The difference is we know for an extended period of time, we will not be able to be together in person. So there were a couple of decisions I needed to make. One decision I made is there will be no para empezar during this remote e-learning time. So no para empezar March 16th through March 27th. If you click on the today's lesson and assignment tab, I think I might not have published that yet. Nope, I didn't. So I can show you because I'll just leave student view. It's going to have a slide that looks just like this, no par empezar, because I decide you'll have enough other things to do. The other decision I needed to make was about cultural connections. Cultural connections, I am going to forego those for this semester. It's a small point assignment. It's not one that will really help anyone's grade or hurt anyone's grade if it is not done. The check-in for that was supposed to be this coming Friday. And I could have you upload documents to Canvas, but I've decided that with everything that's going on, I don't want you out and about using Spanish in other places. And so we are going to forego cultural connection points. We'll talk more about that when we get back together. And so don't worry about doing those. Those of you who have already done cultural connection points, don't get frustrated. Hold on to those because I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with those when we're back, or maybe next week. We'll see. So the other decision I needed to make, we are almost done with the book that you were reading with Señorita Blanca, Los Piratas del Caribe y El Mapa Secreto. So you had just finished or should have just finished capítulo siete. So that gives us ocho, nueve, diez, and once to finish. We are going to finish the book. And that may seem a little daunting, but you are more than capable of reading this book on your own and understanding. And so we'll have some discussions, don't worry, but make sure you are staying up on your reading and doing your part. So we are going to continue with your notebook, your cuaderno, or like I would call it, your novela notebook that you've been working on. And so Señorita Blanca had a very specific format for that, and we're going to stick with that format. The guidelines for your notebook will be outlined every day for your assignment, and we'll go over those together in a video like this. So continue to use the glossary at the back of the book. Remember to use the footnotes at the bottom to figure out vocabulary. If there's a word you're not understanding and you can't figure it out using context clues, then go out to Spanish Dictionary, type it in, and figure out what it is. Try to process that on your own, though. You are more than capable. And as I was sitting at the back of class listening to you read and discuss, I know you are more than capable. So make sure that you are using everything you've learned so far in La Clase de Español to help you through this. So like I said, we'll continue to do the notebooks. Now, when we talk about your notebook, your journal entries for each chapter are still going to be due like they would be. And so you'll read a chapter, you'll do the work that needs to be done, but that is not going to be your submission for me for that day. I've pulled one of the questions that Señorita Blanca would have asked you about the text and made that what you're going to do for a submission. So what we're going to do, because I don't want you taking pictures and uploading all of that through Canvas, I want to see your actual notebooks. Your notebook for Piratas will not be due until Friday, April 17th. So at this point, we're projected to be back at school on Monday, April 13th. Obviously, I will give you time to ask some questions. I'm going to give you a checklist, just like I did for the other book we read, Los Agentes, and then your actual hardback notebook will be due to me on that Friday, April 17th. I will not take it late, so what you have done is what you'll want to turn in. Do not get behind on that notebook during this time. I know it's like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Don't wait till later, because when we come back, we will move on with class as well. I mean, we'll take some time to talk. If you have questions about the book, piratas, but we will not be doing intentional work with it. So we will be moving on. So keep that in mind as well, that we'll have work to do besides that notebook. So don't wait till the last minute, like some of us did with los gente secretos. We don't want to do that. I will put on the calendar in Canvas the assignment and an explanation of how that's going to work for your cuaderno, your notebook for Las Piratas. But just keep in mind, you need to keep reading and keep working on those chapters. And that will be part of your lesson, like I said, for these days that we are out doing remote e-learning. All right, so what are you going to do today? Well, let's just go over. I want to just review with you. I know that you know how to access things through Canvas, but I feel like just one quick review will do us all good. So we know that we can find what we need on the Canvas calendar, or we can go to modules. So we're going to go to modules. Maybe, there we go. And I'm in student view, so what I'm seeing is what you would be seeing, hopefully. And we are going to find remote e-learning for 3/16/2020. And so we'll click on that. And then this is what the page is going to look like. It looks just like our normal e-learning template. Nothing changes. I just added the word remote. So this is for Monday, March 16th. Now, I do want to talk about this little part in blue here. The assignment for today is set to be due by tonight at 11:59 p.m. The assignment will remain open, however, until Wednesday, March 18th at 11:59 p.m. Your assignment for today must be submitted by Wednesday, March 18th at 11:59 p.m. for you to be marked in attendance for Monday, March 16th. So basically what that's saying is, even though it says it's due by tonight, the 16th at 11:59 p.m., you actually have until the 18th at 11:59 p.m. to get it submitted before I could count it as zero and say you weren't in attendance for that day. If it were me, I would not wait until the last minute to do these assignments. Remember, you have 7 classes. These assignments are going to pile up quickly, and you have that notebook to be working on. So I would not get behind. If you wait until after the 16th to submit, it is going to show that it is late in Canvas, but I will not count your assignment late. The only way you would receive late, which you wouldn't even receive late, you would just receive 0, is if I don't have a submission from you by Wednesday the 18th at 11:59. Then I will give you a 0 and I would have to mark you as absent. So if you have questions about any of this, make sure you email me or send me a message through Canvas, and we can talk about that further. But I think that's pretty clear. So then underneath this is where the video you're watching right now would be, but since I am in the process of making the video, it can't be embedded there. Then it just tells you to scroll down. And so here is your template. It's the exact same template we use for e-learning. The links are here, so it's nothing different really. So today for the 16th, we're just doing a recap of capítulos 1 a la 7. And so I have just typed in Google Slides a summary of those chapters. Just read through those. I'm not going to read them for you. You can do that. And you should have those same summaries in your notebook. Now, your summaries may be a little bit different, but for the most part, this is what's happened so far. And Capítulo 7 is where we left off on Friday, the 13th. So then once you've done that, you're going to go to your assignment for today, and it's called Que predices. Que predices means what do you predict? And so it just talks about how we are getting close to the end of the book. We only have 4 chapters left, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And so I want you to give me some predictions of what you think is going to happen over the next 4 chapters. Be sure you're using evidence from the text to support why you think those predictions are going to happen. This should be typed in English, and it should be in paragraph format. Remember, a paragraph for me is 5, o 7, 6, 8 sentences. So make sure that you are doing a paragraph between 5 and 8 sentences. Buena suerte on that. And if you have any questions about that, please make sure that you send me a message through Canvas or email me. Remember, when it comes time, you'll just submit your assignment here and you will be good to go. So if you have any questions again during this time, please make sure you email me, send me a message through Canvas. I am available every day from 10 until 4. And so I will be excited to hear from you. I hope you do well over this 2 weeks. I will miss having you in class. And if you need anything at all, let me know. Buena suerte, mis estudiantes. Adios.